Greetings. Yes, you guessed it. This is yet another collection of old photographs. There are so many fascinating, captivating, strange, mystical, and even not so childish ones. It's impossible to show them all in one video, so I have to split them into several parts. I wish you an enjoyable viewing experience. If you'd like, feel free to like the video and check out the previous parts. Watch this video until the very end. It will definitely leave an impression on you. This shot symbolizes the dual role of the Church in the Third Reich. On one hand, many priests risked their lives to save Jews and members of the resistance. On the other hand, part of the clergy saw Hitler as the defender of Christian values against Bolshevism. The power outage began on the evening of July 13, 1977, and lasted for about 25 hours. The primary cause was a severe thunderstorm front. Residents of the black neighborhood saw the power outage as an opportunity to take revenge on the system and enrich themselves. Mass looting began. Black people looted stores, homes, and set cars on fire. Ms. Mary Miller committing suicide by jumping from the 8th-story window of the Genesee Hotel, New York, May 7, 1942. The frame captures three symbols of style and engineering perfection: a vintage airplane, a luxurious Mercedes-Benz Ponton, and a model in the classic pin-up diva look, in a corset, stockings, and heels. Robert McGee, one of the few who survived after being scalped by Native Americans. USA, 1890. A boy, nicknamed Samson, lies on the pavement holding not just anything, but an adult man on a motorcycle, in total, around 170 kilograms at least. United Kingdom, 1932. People didn't just harness horses, donkeys, and oxen. Basically, any domesticated herbivorous animal could be harnessed to a cart or saddled up for a ride. This is demonstrated by this curly, serious little boy from Germany next to his father's riding pig. The 1960s were a time of intense struggle for racial equality in America. African Americans like Joe Carter faced violence, intimidation, and discrimination. The Ku Klux Klan, known for its hatred, often used terror to suppress activists. This photo is a powerful testimony of courage and the fight for civil rights in the U.S. It shows Reverend Joe Carter calmly standing on the porch of his home, awaiting a visit from KKK members. Quadrober, The Beginning, USA, 1867. This unusual photo features one of the performers from the popular 19th century fantasy theatrical show, The Devil's Auction. On October 12, 1960, in a live broadcast, Otoya Yamaguchi slashed the belly of the leader of Japan's Socialist Party with a samurai sword. Since then, communism in Japan began to weaken and ceased to be a political force. Actress Sophia Loren and her natural beauty in the 1960s. A boy looks at a television for the first time through a store window, 1948. This rare photo captures an Inuit hunter with his son somewhere in the Canadian Arctic. The 1920s, a time when the traditional way of life of indigenous people was already facing the influence of the outside world, but here, amid the ice, life still followed ancient laws. The first fake in the world. In 1918, Francis Griffiths decided to become famous and managed to photograph live fairies in the English forest, with them playing little pipes alongside her. At that time, there were no animation technologies or computer graphics, and the world was shocked by the supposed reality of the fairy world. The girls became rich and famous. Only in 1983, shortly before her death, One of them confessed that it was an elaborate forgery. Anesthesia was still years away, but clever doctors knew the best way to distract from pain was loud music. In this photo, a dentist's assistant is not just turning on the radio, but literally bombarding the patient's ears to drown out their moans. Bubble dance, popularized by Sally Rand in the 1930s. The dancer, often fully nude, danced with a giant bubble in the shape of a balloon or ball. Job hunting during the height of the American crisis, 1930. A pearl diver on the Mississippi prepares for another dive, USA, 1938. Using an old fuel tank as a helmet, he could dive up to a depth of 21 meters in such an apparatus. The Fieldbrook Stump, a monument to a giant sequoia and the symbol of human vanity. This photograph was taken in the 1890s in California. It shows the giant stump of a sequoia tree, left after the tree was felled to make a table that could seat 40 people. This table was ordered by William Waldorf Astor, an American businessman and philanthropist who later became a British lord. According to reports, Astor made a bet in a bar with one of the patrons that he would make a table out of a single vertical slice of the tree. America tried to combat alcoholism with prohibition. During the Prohibition era, high-quality liquor was sought out and destroyed. In this photo, tons of corn whiskey are being poured out by the police after capturing an illegal distillery and its alcohol tanks in Chicago. Does it make you sad to watch this? And what about this one? Wrong again. This is a harvest festival in Indonesia. On this day, locals actually dig up their deceased relatives, dress them up, spend time with them, and after the celebration ends, bury them again and wait for the next festival in 3 years. Public toilet in Paris, France, 1875. Japan, 13th to 18th century. It was easy to tell if a woman was married or not in Japan for 5 centuries. The family status was revealed by her smile. Right after marriage, Japanese women began painting their teeth black. Little oyster gatherers from South Carolina, Josie, 6 years old, Berta, 6 years old, and Sophie, 10 years old, 1912. Atmospheric photo from the early 1900s shows urban transport of the time, a streetcar. It was an era when horses still pulled wagons along rails. This photo shows a Karelian tradition. For the first 6 months after marriage, a bride would kneel and ask her mother-in-law for blessings before starting any household task. A little girl having breakfast with a lion. Year of the photo is unknown. A rather cute yet unsettling photo. Some of you may remember the tragic story of the famous Berber family, where the pet lion attacked the eldest son, and everything ended tragically. A woman on the right is presenting a plastic protective bra for women working in munitions factories, USA, 1943. It was believed that it protected against radiation and other harmful substances. An unusual place for strollers in the front of a bus, New Zealand, 1950. A historical photo shows the Statue of Liberty ready to be shipped, temporarily towering over Parisian workshops in 1885, a year before its triumphant unveiling in New York. Thank you for watching. I wish you a great day, a wonderful evening, a warm night, and a refreshing morning. All the best. Bye.